Heart disease. You've already cleared one of the biggest hurdles to reaching 100. Heart disease remains the leading cause of death among older adults, and the reason is simple. Your heart is both your body's engine and its clock. When it weakens, everything else begins to follow. But if your heart is still strong, it means your blood vessels are flexible, your circulation is efficient, and your body is still managing stress and inflammation well. Most people think of heart disease as something sudden, like a heart attack. But in truth, it develops quietly over decades. Tiny plaques form inside arteries, restricting blood flow. Blood pressure slowly rises, putting strain on the vessel walls. Over time, the heart must work harder just to perform its usual tasks. That gradual wear is what shortens life. But when you've reached your 70s or even 80s with a healthy heart, it means your lifestyle, genetics, and stress management habits have worked in your favor. I remember a man named George who lived to 97. He used to say, "Your heart keeps a record of how you treat yourself." He wasn't a marathon runner, but he walked every morning, ate simply, and kept his stress low. He never smoked, rarely drank, and most importantly, he laughed every single day. When doctors checked him in his 80s, his arteries looked decades younger than his age. You don't have to be perfect to protect your heart, but you do have to be consistent. Avoiding heart disease comes down to the choices you make every day. How you move, what you eat, and how you think. Regular physical activity, even gentle, walking or gardening, keeps blood flowing and arteries elastic. Whole foods rich in fiber and natural fats protect against plaque, and steady emotional balance reduces cortisol, the stress hormone that damages your heart faster than any food ever could. If you've avoided heart problems so far, it's a reason to celebrate, but not to get complacent. Many people in their 70s develop silent hypertension or arrhythmias without noticing. Keep monitoring your blood pressure, cholesterol, and pulse. These small checkups are the insurance policy for your longevity. Your heart doesn't just determine how long you live, it influences how well you live. When it's strong, your energy, memory, and even your mood stay sharper. The absence of heart disease is more than luck. It's proof that your body is still in rhythm with life itself. Number 2, diabetes. If you've reached this age without diabetes, your body has preserved one of its most valuable defenses, metabolic balance. Diabetes doesn't just raise blood sugar, it quietly damages blood vessels, nerves, kidneys, eyes, and even the brain. People who avoid it well into their senior years often share one thing in common: their body still knows how to listen to itself. Diabetes begins long before it's diagnosed. It starts when the body's cells stop responding properly to insulin, the hormone that allows sugar to enter the cells for energy. Over time, sugar builds up in the bloodstream, thickening it, slowing circulation, and weakening nearly every system. It's not an instant disease, it's a slow takeover. But if you've escaped it into your 70s or 80s, it's a sign that your body is still remarkably resilient. I once met a man named Harold, 84, who never counted calories but lived by one simple rule: eat until you're satisfied, not full. He avoided sugary drinks, kept his meals modest, and stayed active through gardening. His blood sugar levels stayed perfect well into his late years. When asked his secret, he said, "I don't feed my body what makes it fight itself." That one sentence captured what science now confirms. Moderation protects the metabolism better than any medication. Avoiding diabetes also protects the rest of your organs from accelerated aging. High blood sugar stiffens arteries, strains the kidneys, and increases the risk of dementia. That's why people who stay diabetes-free often maintain clearer thinking, stronger hearts, and better vision. Their blood vessels stay flexible, their energy steady, and their body's repair systems continue to function efficiently. But prevention doesn't stop after 60. Even if you've avoided diabetes so far, lifestyle choices still matter. Eating balanced meals with whole grains, lean proteins, and plenty of vegetables keeps insulin levels stable. Staying hydrated, maintaining a healthy weight, and getting enough rest all work together to keep the body's sugar balance intact. Diabetes is one of the great thieves of longevity. The fact that you don't have it means your body is still working with you, not against you. You've maintained the balance that medicine tries endlessly to recreate. And that balance, more than anything, is the silent foundation of a long, graceful life. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, please comment number 2 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 3, stroke and circulatory disorders. If you've lived this long without ever experiencing a stroke, mini stroke, or serious circulatory event, your body has already passed one of the most dangerous thresholds of aging. Strokes don't just end lives, they often change them forever, robbing people of speech, movement, or memory in a single instant. The fact that you haven't faced one yet means your blood vessels, blood pressure, and brain circulation are still performing the way nature intended, even after decades of use. A stroke occurs when blood flow to part of the brain is suddenly cut off. Sometimes it's caused by a clot blocking a vessel. Other times it's a weakened artery that bursts, flooding brain tissue with blood. In either case, it's not just the event itself that's dangerous, it's the damage left behind. But if you've avoided these episodes, it tells us something powerful about your health. Your vascular system is still resilient, flexible, and strong. That strength doesn't happen by chance. It's the result of decades of subtle discipline, what you eat, how you move, and how you handle stress. I once met a woman named Ruth, 86, who still walked half a mile every morning and took time to breathe deeply before bed. Her doctor once told her, "Your arteries are softer than some people 30 years younger." She smiled and said, "That's because I never let anger stay overnight." Science backs that up. Stress constricts arteries and accelerates plaque buildup, while calm and gratitude promote circulation and vascular repair. Avoiding stroke also means you've likely managed your blood pressure well. High blood pressure is called the silent killer for a reason. It rarely causes pain until the damage is done. By keeping yours steady, you've protected not only your brain, but your kidneys, eyes, and heart. It means your blood vessels are still able to expand and contract, efficiently supplying oxygen where it's needed most. There's also a fascinating connection between circulation and longevity. People who maintain good blood flow tend to age more gracefully because their organs, muscles, and even skin receive consistent oxygen. Their hands stay warm, their thinking stays sharp, and their hearts recover faster after exertion. The absence of circulatory disease isn't just luck. It's one of the clearest signs that your inner plumbing is still clear and strong. If you've reached your 70s or 80s without a stroke, you've achieved what millions wish for: a brain still nourished by clean, strong vessels. Your clarity of thought, balance, and even your personality remain intact because your body has maintained one of its most vital systems. That's not luck. That's the quiet reward of years of mindful living, and the surest sign that your path toward 100 is still wide open. Number 4, cancer. If you've reached this stage of life without being diagnosed with any form of cancer, it's one of the strongest indicators that your body has mastered one of nature's hardest battles: cell stability. Cancer is not just a disease, it's a breakdown of the body's ability to control how cells grow, divide, and repair. The fact that your body has maintained that control well into your senior years means that your immune system, your DNA repair mechanisms, and your metabolic balance are still working in harmony. Every day, even in perfectly healthy people, small clusters of abnormal cells appear. Most are destroyed before they ever become dangerous. That's your immune system doing its job, quietly detecting, attacking, and cleaning up potential threats. The older we get, the slower that defense becomes. But if you've reached your 70s or 80s without a major cancer diagnosis, it means your defenses are still awake and responsive. I once met a woman named Margaret who lived to 101. When people asked her secret, she said, "I never let bitterness stay in my body." She wasn't being poetic, she meant it literally. Scientists now know that chronic stress, unresolved anger, and inflammation can suppress the immune system, allowing abnormal cells to grow unchecked. Margaret's calm nature, along with her diet of vegetables, tea, and sunshine, helped keep her immune system strong long after her friends began to fade. Avoiding cancer also has a lot to do with what you've chosen not to do: smoking, excessive drinking, or ignoring regular screenings. Many older adults who live long, cancer-free lives share one thing in common: vigilance. They notice small changes early. They listen to their bodies. They keep up with preventive checkups, even when they feel fine. If you've avoided cancer this long, it's not just luck, it's a reflection of lifestyle, mindset, and genetics all working in your favor. It means your cells still obey their natural rhythm, dividing, repairing, and resting as they should. That harmony is what gives your body the potential to last well into the century mark. Cherish that balance. Keep feeding it with good food, steady rest, meaningful conversation, and joy. Those are not small things, they are medicine in disguise. If you're still watching this video and finding these insights valuable, Please comment number 4 below to let me know you're here. And if you haven't subscribed yet, I recommend you subscribe and turn on the bell so you don't miss any videos. Your support helps us continue creating good content to inform and inspire you. Now let's move forward. Number 5, chronic lung disease. If your lungs are still clear, you're breathing steady, and you've never faced chronic lung disease, such as COPD or emphysema, that alone places you far ahead on the path toward a long life. Our lungs are the body's gateway to vitality. Every cell depends on them for oxygen. And when they remain strong past 70, it means your entire internal network is still thriving. Most people underestimate how fragile the lungs become with age. They think of breathing as automatic, but the lungs are muscles and tissue that stiffen over time. Decades of pollution, infections, or smoking can scar them, making it harder for oxygen to reach the bloodstream. But if you've made it into your later years without chronic shortness of breath, coughing fits, or recurring infections, it means your respiratory system still has the elasticity and resilience of youth. One man I met years ago named Leonard lived to 102. He never owned fancy health gadgets, but every day he took long morning walks, even in winter. He said the lungs are like children, they behave if you use them. Science agrees. Deep, steady breathing and physical movement keep the lungs open, flush out stale air, and help maintain strong circulation through the chest. Leonard's lung function at 90 was what most people have at 60, all because he refused to let them rest too much. Avoiding chronic lung disease also protects every other organ. When your lungs can deliver oxygen efficiently, your heart doesn't have to strain, your brain stays alert, and your immune system works more effectively. Seniors with strong lungs heal faster, sleep better, and think more clearly. It's no coincidence that the longest living people in the world tend to live in places with clean air and outdoor lifestyles. But even if your lungs are healthy now, protecting them remains a lifelong task. Air quality, posture, and hydration matter. Many older adults unknowingly restrict their own breathing by sitting too long or slouching. Standing tall and expanding your chest even a few times a day increases lung capacity and keeps the muscles around your ribs flexible. Your home environment also plays a big role. Avoid exposure to chemical cleaners, smoke, or dust whenever possible. Ventilate your space. And if you live in an area with poor air quality, consider indoor plants. They filter toxins and provide a natural source of oxygen. Nutrition helps too. Foods rich in antioxidants, berries, leafy greens, citrus, and green tea protect the delicate tissues of your lungs. Staying hydrated thins the mucus that builds up naturally with age, helping your lungs expel waste more easily. What's most remarkable about strong lungs is how they reflect your overall vitality. They're not isolated organs. They mirror your habits, your environment, and your mindset. If your breathing is deep and effortless, it means your body still has rhythm and balance. Avoiding chronic lung disease doesn't just extend life, it preserves independence. You can walk, laugh, and rest without gasping for air. You can travel, climb stairs, and play with your grandchildren without fatigue. Every clear breath is a quiet victory, and every one you take after 70 is a sign that you've mastered one of the most important keys to longevity. Final thoughts. If you've made it into your later years without heart disease, diabetes, stroke, cancer, or chronic lung disease, your body's already telling you something extraordinary. You've built a foundation for a century of life. These aren't random strokes of luck. They're signs of balance, of daily choices made with awareness, and of an internal system that has stood the test of time. Reaching old age without these illnesses means your organs still communicate the way they should. Your circulation flows freely, your immune system still fights effectively, and your body remains adaptable to change. It's proof that you've lived not just long, but wisely. Every habit, what you eat, how you rest, how you manage stress, how you forgive, has quietly shaped your resilience. But longevity is not just about avoiding disease, it's about nurturing vitality. The people who lived 100 don't chase youth, they respect rhythm. They eat simply, move daily, keep curiosity alive, and stay connected to others. They adapt rather than resist. And above all, they never stop believing that life still has purpose. So if you're watching this and you're free of these 5 illnesses, take a moment to recognize how rare and remarkable that is. You've already won half the battle for a longer life. Now your task is to protect what you built by keeping your body active